First, I would just like to say thank you for inviting me out. It's an honor and a privilege to be here today talking to you guys. And what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about my life story and basically 3 keys to become successful. By show of hands, how many people want to become successful? By show of hands. Great, I like that, I like that. I remember my mom used to tell me every day, she used to say, Walter, or she used to call me Jay, my name was Jay, for Junior. You are destined for greatness. The only person that can stop you is you. And at your age, I was dealing with a lot of things, a lot of anger, and I really didn't believe her. The first thing, I had a father, even before I was born, that was not in my life, and that spent time in jail. At the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a learning disability, and I was in special education classes all the way up to 8th grade. I was raised in a single-parent household with a lot of times 2 siblings and a cousin or 2 cousins staying with us at a time. And we really didn't have a lot growing up. So if you can relate to any of those things, I invite you to stand up. If you live in a single-parent household, if you have an IEP or you have a learning disability, if you had a father who spent time in jail, I would just invite you to stand. If that's you, you can relate to those things. All right, sit down, please. So in spite of those things, I was able to accomplish a lot. By the time I was in 8th grade, I tested out of special education classes. Have you ever heard somebody testing out of special ed? I tested out of special ed. By the time I was in high school, I no longer needed special education classes. I was able to graduate with honors in high school and become the #1 running back in the state of Illinois my senior year. I was able to go to college and play for the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign and graduate with my degree and to excel in the classroom as well on the football field. I was able to play in the NFL for the Indianapolis Colts, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Buffalo Bills. After that, I was able to obtain my master's degree, become a teacher, and now a professor in college. All the way from special ed. And today, you guys can sit down, guys. Welcome. Today I'm going to express to you guys 3 things that were key to my success. 3 things. How many want to know those 3 things? How many people want to know the 3 things that work for me to become successful? All right. The first thing I did was I made good decisions. How many of you guys in 8th grade raise your hand? 8th graders. All right. In 8th grade, I made the most important decision of my life. My basketball coach and my dean of students, Mr. Madison, said, Walter, you have all the potential in the world, but your friends are going to be your downfall. And, you know, my friends were like me. They had a lot of hurt, a lot of anger because of some of their own situations. Some of them expressed their anger by getting in fights. Others expressed their anger by being class clowns. Some people expressed their hurt and their disappointment by just being apathetic and not doing anything, just don't care attitude. So these were the people I was hanging around. Luckily for me, I had an outlet which was sports. So when I was angry, I could just go out on the football field and hit somebody. Or I could go on the basketball court and cross somebody up. And in 8th grade, I was dunking, so I had hops too. So I expressed those things doing that. And my coach saw so much potential in me, but he knew that the people I hung around was going to be my downfall. At that time, I didn't believe him. I thought he was lying. I thought he didn't know, my boys didn't know that they had my back. But 3 months later, when I was going into high school, and I was trying out for the football team, they tried to get me to quit and to go back, back by our house and basically do drugs, talk to girls, and basically waste my life, waste my opportunity. But with that, I made the most important decision I ever made in my life at the age of 14 years old. I decided to stay at football practice when they decided to leave. 4 years later, out of that 8th grade table, 8 guys, I was 2 people graduating from high school out of that lunch table. I was the only one who went to college. I was the only one who graduated from college. A lot of my friends got in trouble. Some of them are not even here today. Some of them turned their lives around, went to the army, living good lives. But I was the one, the most successful out of that group. So I challenge you guys today to make good decisions. You know your friends. A good rule to have is look at your friends. Where do you think they're going to be in 5 years, in 10 years? If they're going to be dead, in jail, prison, pregnant, then maybe that's not the right group for you. Maybe those are not the right friends for you. So after that, I had to get a new group of friends. I had to surround myself with positive people. And a lot of times in our environments, there's a lot of negative influences. But there is at least one positive influence. If it's a teacher, if it's somebody on TV like Stephen Curry, if it's somebody, I challenge you guys today to look up to people who are positive and not negative, who will build you up and not tear you down. That's what I did. I chose good role models. I chose older guys that wanted to aspire for the same things I wanted to aspire for. And that led me to my second point. I worked hard. So my high school started at 7:30 in the morning. I was there at 6 o'clock in the morning lifting weights. You don't get arms like this. Feel this. Feel that. It's hard, man. You don't get that by eating hot Cheetos for breakfast. You don't get that. Honey buns for lunch. You don't get that. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. I dedicated myself in the weight room, lifting weights. I also dedicated myself in the classroom. I hate school. I do not like school. I hate math. History was okay. Hated it. I don't even know what other English. No, I wasn't about English. I wasn't about that life. Reading. I read because I had to when I was your age, but I got it done. I made sure every day I had my homework. And here's a little trick. I've been a teacher. If you're respectful to your teachers and you do your homework, you'll get a B. I guarantee you. You're respectful, you ask a question, you don't get in trouble, you don't act a fool, you do your homework, you'll probably get a B in class. Alright, that's just a little nugget for you. Ask questions, be nice, do your homework, you'll get a B. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Alright? So, I worked hard for what I wanted. And a lot of times, we want things, but we don't want to work for them. We want this instant gratification. We feel like somebody owes us something. And that's not the truth. Nobody owes you anything. You gotta go out there and get it. So I got with people who wanted the same things that I wanted. We pushed each other. We encouraged each other. But we didn't have that encouragement at home. Alright? We got with, if it's one person, if it's only one positive person, link up with that person. Alright? Get with like-minded people who want the same things that you want. Because if you surround yourself with negative people, you're gonna turn out negative. Alright? If you have at least one person, you will be okay. My third point is have faith. Alright? What's your why? Why do you do what you do? Why do you go to school? Why do you play sports? Why do you act the way you act? Why do you dress the way you dress? If it's because other people are doing it, that's the wrong reasons. Alright? Know what care about, know why you do what you do. When I was playing ball, my why was I wanted a better life for myself. I knew I had the talents, the abilities, the gifts, and I wanted to accomplish things that wasn't accomplished in my family. That was my why. That's what drove me. What is your why? And a lot of times, my situations, like I said, special education, single parent household, multiple siblings and cousins living with me, didn't have everything that I wanted. But yet, I wanted a better life, a better situation for myself. And that what drove me to get good grades. That what drove me to be the best I could be on the football field, on the basketball court. It allowed me and it gave me opportunities. So if you want to be successful, you have to have faith in yourself. You are destined for greatness. You can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. If you put your mind to it, if you put your heart to it, if you put your soul into it, you can do these things. You can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. I'm about to get my PhD, and I started as a special education student at 5 years old. Most special education students don't even graduate high school. It's all about drive, it's all about faith. You are capable. I'm just an average person. I'm no better than what you were when I was your age. No better. The only thing I did is that I had phenomenal will. Had average skill, I was average. But I worked to become phenomenal.